understand. It is real.
No, seriously, that was a replica Galaxy Note 5. So yeah, long story short, I was approached and asked if I wanted to do a review on the Replica Note 5, and I said heck yeah. I was actually more concerned on how the phone is actually going to perform, because a lot with replica smartphones, the problem we face is that they just don't perform like the real one. Now, this Replica Galaxy Note 5, if I'm being deadly serious, is almost a one-to-one copy. Everything visually looks just like the real Galaxy Note 5, and on like a first glance and maybe even upon close inspection, you won't actually be able to tell that this is a Replica Note 5. There are a few areas on the phone which do feel a little bit cheap, such as the back. The back, you could definitely tell, is plastic in comparison to the real Note 5, which uses much more premium materials. And there's also a few areas around the phone where you can just tell that this is a replica. But I was more concerned about how the phone will perform. And I mean, it's not running iOS or anything. It's Android 5.1, I believe. It's Lollipop. And I think that is where this phone disappoints. So let's get the Galaxy Note 5 review unit over. And yeah, we're going to walk through some of the key features on this device and some of the areas where I not so much prefer. So, starting off with the processor on this device. Now, after downloading some benchmark testing apps, it claims that there's an Exynos 7420 processor built in this device. But after using it, I can definitely say there isn't an Exynos 7420 processor built in. It's really, really laggy for some reason. I have no reason why, but it's just really laggy. And right as I got the phone out of the box and booted it up, simply sliding through the app tray was just really slow, and it was just lagging everywhere. I couldn't open up like Google Chrome without it just lagging like hell. The stock apps like YouTube and Gallery and Calendar and Stopwatch was just lagging. I mean, even Calculator was lagging. So there's definitely not an Exynos 7420 processor built into this device. Now, on the box, they also claim that the device has 4 gigs of RAM. Now, I know that's definitely a lie, because this device, I'd be very surprised if it has even 2 gigs of RAM. I think 2 gigs of RAM on a smartphone would actually still perform a whole lot better than this device. Now, I'm not shaming on this device. There are some aspects which I do give credit to, but I was kind of frustrated because even with loads of other replicas out there, they're just not as slow as this device. So, yeah, I think they definitely need to work upon that. So, moving on to the display. Now, the benchmark testing claims that this unit of a Galaxy Note 5 has a 1440 by 2560 resolution display, which most of you guys know as Quad HD. And the benchmark testing also claims that it has a pixel density of somewhere over 500. But in reality, this display isn't anything higher than 720p, and the pixel density, I mean, my best guess is probably somewhere in between 200 to 300. And you can actually tell, this isn't even a 1080p display. Not to say it looks bad, but just it's not 1080p, nor is it Quad HD, and the pixel density is definitely not over 500. But then again, it doesn't look too bad. I guess it still does the job. And it has a display as most mid-range smartphones out in the market do. So let's talk about the camera on this Galaxy Note 5. The box over there and the link down below claims it has a 16 megapixel rear-facing camera and a 5 megapixel front-facing camera. But unfortunately, again, that's not true. The rear-facing camera isn't anything more than like 5 or 6 megapixels, and the front-facing camera isn't anything more than a megapixel, maybe VGA, but probably a megapixel or 2. And this is very obvious from the samples you guys can see now. That clearly isn't a Samsung Galaxy Note 5 16 megapixel rear-facing camera, and it's not even close. It's not even on par with other replica models out there. Now, onto the battery life. With very basic use, so like no gaming, just a few YouTube videos, texting, it was connected to Wi-Fi, just the very basic stuff. It was able to last me well over a day, so I definitely give them credit for that. Now, evidently, this is nothing performance-wise like the real Galaxy Note 5. I think we've acknowledged that. But one thing I will give them 100% credit for is the design, because they have got the design almost exactly one-to-one. The curves are literally just like the real Galaxy Note 5. You know, the camera, the screen, well, not the actual screen, but I mean the display, just the way it looks, the home button, the color, the bezels, everything. It just looks like the real Galaxy Note 5. And upon inspection, someone who's not too familiar with, you know, the whole smartphones and stuff like that, they might not be able to tell that this is a fake Galaxy Note 5. Even the weight is very similar. Now, if you shake it as hard as you can hear it rattle here and there. That's obviously from like the areas which are loose. And when I received this unit, the first thing I did was head to the bottom of the device, the rear end, and got the S Pen out, the S Pen. And yeah, of course, when you pull out the S Pen, even the screen lights up, and it comes up with the little air command toggle, which has all the other features you can use. So, you know, they kind of got that bit right. Now, onto the S Pen itself. It's cheap, it's very flimsy, you can hear loads of pieces rattling inside, and that little button at the side does nothing. They were also able to get the Samsung logo just beneath the pen on the metal part. I think that was pretty cool. The pen doesn't click either, so I guess that's kind of a bummer. But you kind of have to get your nail just under to pull it out. But apart from that, yeah, it all works fine. Now, I'm not completely throwing the whole idea of owning a replica device out the window. I mean, if you want to own a replica Galaxy Note 5, there are websites where you can buy them. It's not illegal, I don't think. Then again, it might be. But yeah, you're completely open to buying them if you want. I just think that if these guys are trying to sell more of them, they really do need to work on just some of the basic principles of a smartphone, such as the processor. This is really slow for some reason. And I mean, if you're trying to pass this off as a replica Note 5, at least it has to be close to the real Note 5. And you know, there's just so many areas which need improvement. But yeah, I think it costs no more than like $150. Link will be in the description if any of you want to check it out, or even just go have a look, because I mean, it's just kind of surprising. They've got so many other devices like the LG G4, and I think they all operate similar to this. And if that's the case, then screw them. I wouldn't even purchase them. But yeah, I will have all the links to the product if you'd like to even look at them. They've got loads of other devices as well, like LG G4s and you know, HTCs. But I mean, if they perform like this, then screw that. I'm just gonna go purchase a real one. But I think most people would prefer to just purchase a real one in the first place. But I think if they could make the replicas better, then potentially you could have more people buying replicas just because it performs, you know, fairly close to the real one. But they're not on that level yet, and for that reason, I'm just gonna go back to my Xperia Z Ultra. So I will catch you guys all in the next video. Have a great day. Make sure to hit that thumbs up button, make sure to hit that subscribe button, make sure to comment below what you think, and yeah, I wish you all a Merry Christmas if you celebrate it, Happy Hanukkah to some of you, and yeah, I'll catch you all in the next video. Have a great day. Peace.